In this video, I'll show you how to replace the rubber on the car's wipers. As you can see, it's drizzling outside right now, and one of the wipers has started to thump against the glass. It's an unpleasant sound. The left one wipes the water off cleaner, while the right one is still working well. It's necessary to replace the rubber on the wiper and determine whether it will work better or not. This is a Ford Focus electric, but this problem is typical for all cars. To remove the wipers on the Ford Focus, you need to press this lever and pull them towards you until they come out completely. And we also put them back in place. To replace the blades, I bought new CarLife blades that are 700 millimeters long. And let's try to replace it. They are also graphite. Original Bosch blades. There's a label both sides. First of all, you need to remove the cap that's installed on the wiper, and then take out the rubber. The biggest challenge is to remove this cap without breaking it. To figure out which side to remove the cap from, you need to take a look underneath it. There should be either a cut or a hole like this here. Just like in my case. Here it is on the edge. The edge of the rubber will be pulled out through it, so that the cap doesn't break. I'll take boiling water and heat up the cap a little, so that it becomes more flexible and doesn't crack. After that, we'll use a small screwdriver to pry up this cap on one side and on the other side very carefully so that it doesn't break. The profile of this rubber band is a little bit rounded to one side, so you need to remember which way it was rounded. And insert the new rubber piece in the same position. On my brushes there is a cut for removal. There is no rubber part at the ends, but on one side there is a small groove if you pull it a little. If you pull the rubber back, you can see this notch. So you need to pull the rubber out through this notch because there isn't one on the other side. The rubber looks like this. And now it's necessary to insert the new one, so that the new rubber fits better. I will thoroughly rinse the Pazzi using an old toothbrush because there's a lot of dirt here. You can add soap to the same warm water. After that, we will open the new rubbers from the brushes. They look like this, much softer and more flexible. It's best not to touch them too much with your hands because they have a graphite coating. The brushes are the same length, so there's no need to cut anything. To make it easier to fill the new brushes, you can lubricate the Paz with silicone or regular liquid soap, which is not harmful to the rubber. We thoroughly lubricate it. And you can place the new rubber in its spot. Again, we insert it into this Paz that we took out and start to gently push it in without sudden movements, with a jerk, so that it doesn't tear. Of course, it's a bit difficult to get in, but it's worth it. As you can see, the rubber went all the way in without any problems.
All that's left is to tuck the edge of the rubber into its groove and put the plugs back in place. We pull the rubber a little tighter into this hole. So that it all fits in, and we bend the groove all the way in so that it is firmly secured. Now everything is good, and we can put the plugs back in place. To make it easier to put the plugs on, I will also lightly process with liquid soap. It will wash off with water later, and there won't be any problems. We put the plug back in place. Now it has become firm and secure. Now we just need to install the repaired wiper back in place and check how they work together. Turn on wipers. As you can see, the wipers are now working silently, even on dry glass.